Guys, the moral of the story is, no matter what happens in your correspondence, when you meet somebody, that is when your courtship process begins. It's not in the letter writing process. You can learn a lot about somebody through correspondence, and it is a great tool, but you will not know if you have the potential to fall in love until you get on the plane and go and meet somebody. So let's talk about one of the gray areas that will sometimes trip people up who are getting on the plane and going to meet somebody. Let's talk about scams. Scamming is always a topic we have to talk about. Whenever there's online dating, there's always a certain amount of disingenuous behavior going on that you should be aware of, so that if you happen to encounter something like that in your experience, you'll be able to identify it, talk with us about it, and let us know how we can help you through it and that kind of thing. But you know what's interesting about scams, guys? Scams happen, but a lot of the time scams aren't scams. You know, we think we're getting scammed. We think something has happened that is a sign of a scam or something dishonest, or someone's not being upfront with us. And when we really look into the circumstances around that, we discover that actually there really wasn't a scam going on. There was just a misunderstanding or a misperception or something like that. So let's talk about some of those. For maybe a couple of video blogs here, we'll do scam or no scam, and we'll just talk about a scenario that might commonly be thought of as a scam and whether it's a scam or not. Okay, so here's one of them, guys. But I've been writing to a girl for several months. And we definitely have had some great letters and a few conversations on the phone, and I have fallen in love with this girl, and that's why I'm getting on the plane and going to meet her. And so in that scenario, somebody gets on the plane, they go, they meet the girl, and the girl definitely likes the guy. Things are progressing fairly well at the beginning of their meeting, but after 1 or 2 dates, the guy gets really frustrated that he obviously is in love with this girl, and the girl is not yet able to return that love. Is that a scam? But we wrote, she said really nice things. I got on the plane, I went to meet her, we've had a couple of dates, but she's not in love yet, but I am. Is that a scam? And the answer is probably not a scam. It's not a scam if somebody doesn't fall in love through correspondence in this process. In fact, guys, the vast majority of women know that correspondence is just correspondence. Letters are just letters. You definitely have to meet. You've got to have chemistry and common ground. You have to be able to assess those things properly before you know whether or not you are in love with somebody. And you know, the women in this process are very realistic, and their expectations are definitely correct, and you're gonna have to meet, gonna have to court. Falling in love is definitely part of the deal, but that takes time to unfold and to happen. So guys, the moral of the story is, no matter what happens in your correspondence, when you meet somebody, that is when your courtship process begins. It's not in the letter writing process. You can learn a lot about somebody through correspondence, and it is a great tool, but you will not know if you have the potential to fall in love until you get on the plane and go and meet somebody. And this is why we advise guys all the time. And you know, it's interesting, it seems like there's an increased number of guys who are trying to do it. But we advise guys all the time, do not get on the plane and go and meet one person. That is an incredibly chivalrous thing to do. And guys have great intentions, proving their monogamy, and they're in good intentions by doing that. But the reality is, if you go halfway around the world and meet somebody you've been corresponding with and it doesn't work out as far as chemistry, common ground, all those kinds of things, you've made an incredible investment in time and money, and that's not going to come to fruition for you. And we want you to find that love experience. We want you to meet a lot of people in the process so you can definitely meet the right person you can fall in love with and who can reciprocate that love for you.
Expand your horizons. Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Interested? Learn more at
Thailand-women.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.